Hello everybody and welcome to another reaction video. And today we're going to be reacting to a band I've never heard of before, and I have obviously never heard before. A band called Promethean. So obviously had to do myself a little bit of research. Unfortunately I didn't come up with very much. Promethean are a French symphonic progressive blackened death metal band. That is a lot of words. Formed in Paris in 2012 under the name Caribbean Will, later changing it to Promethean in 2013. And surprise, surprise, their lyrical themes revolve around Greek mythology. Who would have thought that? I mean, the original name of the band was Caribbean Will, named after Charybdis, the Greek sea monster, and now they are named after Prometheus, the Titan who is credited with the creation of mankind, who created the human race from clay and defied the gods by stealing fire and giving it to the humans. So, you know, it seems a little bit obvious that they'd sing about Greek mythology. Anyway, the track we're going to be reacting to is a track called The Nameless Colour. Feels like I'm starting to get a cold. I actually had to struggle a bit to find some lyrics, but I found some. And then I later found out that the video that we're going to be watching is a lyric video, so I went through all that effort for nothing. Anyway. So, symphonic progressive blackened death metal could be very interesting. I'm not quite sure what to expect from it, but we shall see. I'm very intrigued to see where it goes. So, I think we'll get straight on with it. I'll put a link to the original video in the description below. And, yeah, let's see what happens. So, Promethean, The Nameless Colour. Well, one thing you got to give them though, went straight into it, really hard, really heavy. Not entirely sure what exactly this is about. I mean, it says their lyrical themes are mostly Greek mythology. This one seems to be about an alien. It could possibly be referring to a god. I'm not very well versed on Greek mythology, so this might actually be part of a Greek mythology. I'm not entirely sure. But it starts, body imprisoned in stone, I came from the outer space. Scourge was cast upon the moor, non-terrestrial entity, you can't understand what I am. I give life and I take it back, accept my impartial law. You see, now, that suggests to me it could possibly be a god on Earth. It says, I give life and I take it back. That to me suggests it could be a god on Earth. and accept my impartial law. But I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, it's definitely very hard, very heavy. Oh, excuse me. I'm not sure if it's a mixing though, but you can't really hear the vocals very well over the music, which is a shame. That might change later in the track. We'll find out. Let's carry on. I have to say, musically, it is brilliant. You know, they are exceptional musicians, brilliantly played, very, very exceptional riffs. Does seem a little bit disjointed in some places, but overall the music is really, really good. It's really fast, really heavy, and I can see where all those pronouns come from. You know, symphonic, progressive, Black and Death. You know, there's obviously elements of symphonic music in there. There's the very subtle hint of strings in the background. Progressive, obviously the... Oh dear, excuse me. You know, there's the very obvious style of like prog metal in there. And then you've got the black and death metal, which obviously comes mostly from the style of vocals and guitar playing in general. I still can't really pull out any specific story here. You know, is it a god on earth? I'm not entirely sure, because it carries on to, I sink into the ground, my power extends, your harvest and cattle are mine. I will suck all life out of this earth, witness me turn this vile world to ashes. I am the unspeakable horror, I am the nameless colour. Bodies rot in my presence, I am degeneration, I am what you cannot find words for. I am guessing then that this is not about a god on earth, this is about some I don't even know. I'm completely at a loss. I'm guessing the image from the video has something to do with it. The glowing crystal embedded in the earth with these lightning and whatnot coming off of it. But I can't place what it is. It is good though. But as I said before, it's a shame you can't really make out the vocals very well. And just before we paused, they shouted "Yeah" with IA with an umlaut over the top or whatever they're called. Now, is that a name? I mean, is that like? Well, I don't know. I can't. Is it a name of a god or a demon or fallen angel of some kind in Greek mythology? I'm not sure. But anyway, we'll carry on with the track. I believe there's not very much of it left. We'll see what happens. Well, there we go. That was that. The Nameless Colour by Promethean. Like I said, I really can't place any meaning or actual story behind that. I mean, obviously it's talking about some sort of cataclysm that's come to the earth and is killing off life, plagues the land, destroys crops and what have you. So, it's obviously a story from a mythology. I don't know if it's Greek mythology or not. There is definitely something to it. I'm going to have to look up a bit more on it. But, it was a good, the music itself was absolutely exceptional. They did use two different vocal styles, again, which is something I've said repeatedly that I like when bands sort of mix it up and throw in different vocal styles to the music, because it gives you something else to listen to. You're sort of listening to one thing and then all of a sudden this other voice comes in slightly differently and you're like, oh, what's that? It's something I really quite like. I will say though that the deeper the guttural growls are not very easy to discern from the music. I don't know whether that's intentional or whether the mixing just wasn't particularly well done. But when they get to the sort of higher pitched of the growls, those ones are easy to separate from the music, but the growled ones are quite difficult. I think really that's my only real criticism of it is, the guttural vocals are quite difficult to pick out, because there were times where I was reading the words but I couldn't actually hear them in the song. But really, that's not that big of a deal. But in general, I liked it. I will have to hear some more of their stuff. From what I understand, they don't really have very much stuff out. They've been out since 2013 as Promethean, so they've been out for about 5 years. But as far as I understand, they've only got one album and maybe an EP out. So I'll have to look into more of their stuff. But I think I'll leave that as it is. Can't think about much else to actually say on that. If anybody would like to request a song for me to check out, then please do so. I've got something fluffy stuck on my finger now. If anybody wants to suggest a song, please do so by all means. Drop a comment in the comments section below, or you can message me on my Instagram or Facebook. The links are in the description below. Just know that it might take a while for me to get through to your specific song, because I do have a rather large list. But I'm always looking for more music to add to my list. Also, Metalhead Reacts is very proud to support the Sophie Lancaster Foundation. They are a charity that are trying to push forward in fighting against prejudice, hatred and intolerance against other people. They're trying to put an end to hate crimes for people that live alternative lifestyles, whether it be the style of music they listen to, their gender identity, their sexual preference, their religion, basically anything that people see as not normal. For some reason, society seems to think that everybody has to adhere to one specific type of lifestyle. We must all listen to pop music, we must all wear Adidas, we must all have bleach blonde hair. Everybody is entitled to be an individual. Everybody is an individual. Nobody should be persecuted for being different. If I want to have long hair, a beard and a face full of metal, that's my right as a human being. Nobody else has a say in the matter. It's none of your business the way I look. If you don't like it, that's fine, move on. But you have no right, people have no right to persecute me, bully me, or threaten me just because I look different from what they want me to look like. And, the Sophie Lancaster Foundation is trying to put an end to that happening. If you'd like to know more about the Sophie Lancaster Foundation, there's a link in the description below. Go ahead, pop over there, find out what they're about, show them some love. It's a charity that is very, very dear to my heart, because, as you may have guessed, it's something that I've been through myself. Many people that I know and care about have been through similar sort of situations, and I'm sure some of you out there have possibly been through it as well. So, yeah. But we'll leave that as it is. Thank you all very, very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.